Welcome to Chuck's Guitar Geekery. As kids say, it's new guitar day for me. I took a chance on this $85 Grote on Temu. It arrived. I'm still trying to figure out what to make of it. Overall impressions, not bad. Especially for $85. But, as what tends to happen with Temu, I bought it. I'm doing a video on it. I'm going to release this video probably in a few weeks. I can't find this guitar for sale anywhere else, and it came without any logo on the headstock. I don't know. I don't know if it's just the factory trying to offload a model that they're not doing anymore, but hey, I've heard good things about now Grote has the standard model, which is cosmetically has a little more things to it than this one, and it also has a nice gig bag. This guitar didn't come with any of that. So, quick rundown of the specs. Humbucker single, has a coil split for the humbucker. It's got a Wang Doodle whammy bar here. I really don't use them, but I put it on here just in case. It's got black hardware, which I think actually looks nice with this brown finish here. The neck did not look nearly this dark in the pictures, but it looks like a roasted maple neck. Probably just stained, but we'll see. Don't know what kind of nut that is. And the tuners look like Planet Waves tuners, but I doubt they are, but they work fine enough. So, anyways, like, subscribe. I'm going to go through some clean tones here. So for a clean tone, the humbucker is so much louder than the single coils. I tried and I could not get the levels to match up going to a clean amp. So I have it in single coil mode for these clean tones, which, by the way, I'm going with the PV Silver Stripe, using the preamp out of that, and then going to digital back end for amp sim of a power amp, then impulse response. I will talk some more. I also have a Patreon below. I'll get into that later in the video, but let's just get into sounds. You don't want to hear me talk. So just to show, this is single coil mode on the bridge pickup. This is humbucker. So, I mean, this is kind of the case with most HSS, or when you're mixing single coil and humbuckers in the same guitar. The output is drastically different between the two. Overall, my impressions of these pickups, not the worst. I think I'm going to replace the single coils. The humbucker sounds good, not bad. Good, not bad, somewhere between. But I find these two single coils just aren't matched very well, so I'm going to try to find some like hot outputs. But in the way, there's two tone controls, one's for the middle, one's for the neck. The bridge pickup does not have a tone control, so I guess any gripes I have about this guitar, the main thing is the nut the slots were not cut deep enough, so And this is my fault. One issue I'm having with this guitar, this is completely my fault, but as I was filing down the slots in order to get intonation, which this is common in guitars, and this pretty much any import guitar, you're going to have to do some nut work, but I went down a little too far on the G string, so it's kind of rattling a little bit when I play it open. That's completely my fault. That is not a fault of Grote. So I probably will replace this nut. I don't know, I kind of want to get like a black Graphtec nut to go with the rest of the black hardware in here, but we'll see. But the fret ends are pretty sharp, so they're sticking out a bit. And this is nothing that can't be fixed with a little time with a file. I actually still have the cheap piece of crap strings that came on this thing. Every guitar in this price bracket is going to come with not good strings. The neck is pretty chunky, and it's not all the way flat. I'm not quite sure what that radius is. It might be 11, maybe 9, but it's not like an Ibanez neck at all. And as far as the bridge, I mean, it feels substantial enough. These feel like not the worst saddles I've come across. And the springs, since it is a tremolo system, they're pretty stiff. So this may take some setup work to get that worked out, but let's see how they works. Yeah, that's going to happen. And honestly, maybe getting actual name brand strings on it will help with that, but we'll see. So let me retune. Yeah, which the tuners actually feel pretty good, surprisingly. But so now let's switch to some dirt. I'm using the Galactic Groove Fuzzy Drive pedal from Maval Pedals because I like it, and if you join my Patreon below, if you're part of the $5 tier, I will give you toe necks and Invive AM2 data files, captures of this rig. So follow the Patreon link below if you want to do that, or if you like the backing jam track you heard at the beginning there, I provide that at the $2 level. You get one backing track a week at $2, or for $5 you get the backing track and the capture every week. So check that out, but here's the dirty sound. anyways, that's the overview of this Grote guitar that doesn't have a name brand on it. The things that are wrong with it can be fixed. I highly recommend, if you're going to be delving into the world of cheap guitars, either have a shop or guitar luthier that you trust to do this setup work, or learn how to do it yourself. Me, I'm cheap, and I'm very much DIY on a lot of stuff, so I've just slowly learned how to do these things over the years. So the only things I'm really going to change, I think I'm going to change out these two single coil pickups. They're not really well meshed with a humbucker. Make it like Texas style, you know, hot single coil. The coil split, I think I may swap that out for a spin-a split. That's become my favorite mod. I've done a whole bunch of videos on it. Check that out on my channel. But the tuners are fine. The neck is pretty comfortable other than these sharp fret ends, so I will take some time to file these down. Maybe roll the edge of the frets a little bit, or the whole fretboard. It is kind of a sharp break on both sides of the fretboard. Or maybe I've just been playing old guitars long enough that I'm used to a more worn-in feel. But the frets, I mean, I can't find any dead frets. The frets themselves, other than the sharp fret ends, are done well. They're not scratchy. And yeah, they're pretty jumbo frets, which I'm not really 100% used to playing, but I'll get used to them, I guess. And the neck has a very nice satin feel to it. The body's glossy, but I like the black hardware, black and brown. Not bad for $85. So, anyways, like and subscribe. I'll put a link to it below. Whether or not it's still for sale by the time this posts, I don't know. But also join my Patreon if you want to get one backing jam track a week for $2 a month. You can get it there. Or Patreon, you can sell files if you don't want to actually join the Patreon. So they do have a minimum price, because I was going to do each jam track or amp capture for $1, but they won't let me sell anything for $1. So once a month, so that'll be 4 jam tracks or 4 captures. I'll sell those for $4. And if you like the sounds, you can get it. So anyways, I don't know if any of this makes sense. I'm tired. See y'all later.